What do you have, Steve?
Well, we got Stephen Venango and an ear witness and an eyewitness. He's a Chestnut Hill College uprising senior, home here, grew up here in Wissinoming. That's Wissinoming Park across from where Stephen lives. And this happened right where that officer is standing in the grass in Wissinoming Park where you see the yellow police tape. We showed you all the federal officers here. This was a U.S. Marshals Task Force operation. So, Stephen, you're in the house. Initially, what happens?
I was laying in bed, and all I heard was like a pop, pop, pop sound, like 4 or 5 shots or something. I didn't think anything of it at first, and then I decided to go to the window because I heard a bunch of people screaming and like yelling and everything. And I look out and I saw a guy who was like kind of like stumbling, walking towards like another guy, like I guess with a gun without any uniform on, and he's screaming, "Put down the machete, put down the machete." And then I guess he just like he put him on the ground after that.
So even after the pops and after the man was shot, obviously, did you see blood or did you see any injuries, obviously, on him?
Yeah, there was like a little bullet hole, I guess, came out the back and dripping down the shirt right on the back.
And so he was following police orders, so he was still conscious, obviously, and able to talk. And then what happened?
Police just said, "We're going to get you help," and they put him on the ground. And then by that time, like a bunch of cop cars just flew in, and then they got him out.
What's the closest hospital to your neighborhood here in Wissinoming?
Probably Frankfurt Hospital.
All right, so they got him to a hospital pretty quick. Stephen, thank you very much. All right. So there you have it. There's a first witness we were able to talk to who saw the second part of it after hearing the initial part, and that would be the shots. And if you weren't with us just a few minutes ago, what we're told by a good source here with Fox 29 News and our own Dave Stratweiser, whose retirement is like a Brett Favre. He has reporting in his blood. So we're told from a source that this was a operation after police were trying to serve a warrant on someone who was making threats against police. And then obviously, according to Stephen and our source, armed with a machete. So a very long, sharp-bladed knife kind of thing that you use to cut weeds down. And that's the situation. And since we last talked to you, Chris is going to come over to where I am. You can see a whole slew of both local police detectives I've recognized and then federal agents in suits now arriving from the other side where they got Charles Street here right off Comley closed in both directions. So obviously a big investigation. And as we said earlier in our other report today about the other police-involved shooting, you have internal affairs, now probably federal and local and all this, every time a law enforcement officer fires a weapon. But again, you hear police doing that scoop and run. Even when they shoot people, they get them to the hospital as soon as possible. So that sounded good if the man was still conscious and able to listen to police talk. And you saw Stephen say that the man was conscious still, even though one bullet hole he could clearly see in his back of his shoulder. Alex, Mike, Karen?
All right. Thanks for getting there so fast, Steve.